Hello, everybody. It is lazy on a Sunday evening, and there's a big bright light back there. And I actually today came to a point where I had a moment. I had done all the things I need to do today, and I thought, I've never done this video. I did try to do this once before, but I only talked about the song from where it came from an emotional standpoint, which was a really bad decision. I actually privated that video. And so tonight I'm going to talk about how I wrote my fourth single from Inner Space from a musical standpoint. Because I did work on it for off and on over 2 years. And so we'll just get right into it. When I first started uh, this song, I had just gotten my little tiny 8-track recorder, which is right over here. This is what it looks like. And it's literally made of plastic. And it's like it is user friendly, but it's not. Like it is pretty user friendly in that it's pretty self explanatory. It comes with a booklet, and you can jump right in. But and there's a lot of things that you just can't do very well on it because it's not a digital program, and so like editing and stuff's really hard on it, and just all kinds of stuff. But anyway, I've just got this, and I was like, I'm just going to start writing music right now. I'm just going to write whatever comes to my head. And the first thing I recorded, like I said before in another video, was Lullaby to Self, which was all vocals, just to kind of dive in and check it out. And then I wrote Fish Natured, which was my second single. And then for this one, I sat down, I was like at the piano, and I literally just turned it on to record and put my hands on the keys and just started playing something. And all of the piano parts in this song, you are the original run through of me just sitting at the piano and just saying, all right, I'm just going to do this. Push record and just started doing stuff. And even like and that's why I love it. I love keeping as much of the original run through as possible. And that's really how I write most of my music. And so after that, then I recorded a click track before I started recording the piano part, just off of my phone. I just typed into Google metronome, and I literally just held my phone up to the speaker or this thing, the microphone, um, and then just recorded it, just that metronome noise right off of Google, and so then I kept that in the song. It was not fancy. And then after I had the piano parts down and the click track down, then everything else was vocals at first. I literally had 4 different tracks of all vocals, and none of them were the main part. There was no lead for like 2 years, like for a really long time. It was just an instrumental song, and for the longest time, I thought this was going to be instrumental to a rap song. Like I was going to try to do a rap song, like kind of like a Beck kind of version of a rap song. And but anyway, I couldn't because there was just so much going on musically. I didn't leave any room for it to just jive and repeat itself so that someone could rap. So anyway, and I eventually decided to make 2 of the parts clarinets. So there were 2 vocals harmonizing and 2 clarinets harmonizing. And so then I had to kind of fit the vocal. I tried both. I didn't know which one to make clarinets, honestly. And so I tried recording clarinets over what is now the backup girls at first, and I hated it. And so I went back, I got rid of that. And then I tried doing what is now the clarinet part on clarinets. And so that really just involved me molding the part. I didn't realize that taking the vocal part and making it a clarinet part would actually kind of change the part a little bit. And so which was cool because I just had to adapt it for the clarinet, and you just kind of do that naturally, just because some things play really easy on the clarinet or whatever, and they play differently with your voice, and so and when I did the vocal parts, I guess when I wrote those, it was just like the piano part. It was just a run through. It was just I pushed record and I said, okay, now I'm gonna write another line of something of whatever, and I would just make up a part, and then I would go back and make up a harmony part to it just one time through, and then I would go back and record a different vocal line, and all of the vocal lines and clarinet lines are I don't think any of them are the original but they are all based on what I originally wrote, just laying it down. And then I went back and kind of perfected it because it's kind of sloppy at first when you just go in and just making stuff up. But they're all the original parts for me. Just that's why I love a song so much. It was just me getting in the zone and just feeling it and laying it down immediately. And and I just visualize that someday I will be such a better musician that I won't have to spend so much time going back and making the parts like better. That I'll just be able to just keep my first run through um, immediately, just go in and just lay a perfect vocal line down and not touch it. Like I just made that up just now and it sounds amazing. Uh, so anyway, and so it really took like a year and a half, off and on for a year and a half and I was working on other songs at the time as well. But so I would go back and forth to really clean up really all those parts. And I was so tempted to release it just as an instrumental. Um, Part of me wants to kind of somehow release it as an instrumental because it's so sweet and it vibes a little bit differently without the melody, and it's just a really nice groove. But I was like, no, 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 I really think there's going to be melody to it. And so, hey, someone actually made one of my lives. Nice. Uh, and what was I saying? It's like, no, this needs to be melody. And so again, when I wrote the melody, I didn't have any words, uh, but I played it, I pushed record, and then just made it up, just played it and made up a melody one time through, and that was the melody that I kept. And then the hardest part was writing words for this. Every time I write a song, the method's kind of a little different, but and then it took forever just to figure out what words. I had 3 different versions of lyrics to go to this song, and one of them was like a playful, flirty kind of like soulful, like an old jazz, kind of feel, like flirty kind of feel, and that's basically it. And I was like, I just wanted to just be like a love song or whatever. It's not even a love song, it was just flirty. And but I was like, I had another version that was very, very serious, much like Winter is My Sleigh, and it was just more like esoteric, like, and that was where the inner child kind of came into that one. And then what I ended up doing is kind of blending a little bit of the two, because I wanted it to be I wanted it to be more fun, like the words, and but I wanted to keep, I really did want to keep that like from inner space kind of message. And I didn't come up with the title. I hate coming up with titles. I came up with the title as I came up with that line, and that was one of the last lines that I came up with for the song, From Inner Space, because I had like the lyrics on top and the lyrics on bottom, and I was like, what do I do here? And so I just started from like backwards from the song. I wrote the very back part that you can barely hear, the pianos first, then moved all the way forward and wrote the vocal line, and then till I wrote the title line the very last. It was so strange, but it still is one of my favorite songs to listen, working to it. It really it, oh no, are we unstable? Our connection's unstable? Anyway, it was a lot of fun, and that's the cheesiest thing I've ever said. So how I wrote this song, we have a comment here. Twigglestick says, it's honestly kind of comforting to hear that this song took you 2 years to write. It makes me feel like I might not be doing something wrong after all. I know. I am I totally feel you. That is where I'm at right now because I'm starting all these new things. And in my head, I'm like, I can get this done in a week. I can do this to this day. And then it's just like things just take time. And it's just like anything. When you do something yourself that makes you really value it more from a different angle because like, wow, it takes. And so when I listen to music now, I listen to it differently because I'm like, I think of all the time it must have taken to mold this together so perfectly. And I just want to rush. I just want to make songs and rush. And there's a part of me that's like that, and there's another part that like nitpicks and hears everything that needs to be done. And it's just like trying to balance those two sides of myself. So yeah, it takes a while. But and then there are other songs where like Winter is My Sleigh, which was my first one. I was actually working on From Inner Space, the fourth one, and I got so frustrated with the lyrics. I had three different versions of the lyrics at that time, and that I just set it aside and I got the idea for Winter is My Sleigh and I wrote it, laid it down, and released it in a month. Because it all just came. So that one just came so quickly, and I saw that it wouldn't. I could keep it kind of simple, and it seemed more doable. Um, so it's just all happens different, you know. I love those. I love where the ones that just all come at once, and you have the whole vision, and you see that it's doable, and then it's just like they're like little gifts, like little cupcakes. You know, some are slow roasted steaks, and then some are like quick candy, and both are good. I'm working on one right now. I'm hoping it's going to be quick candy, but I always hope all my stuff's going to be like quick so I can keep moving on. Anyway, um, I think, does anyone else have anything? I'm satisfied with that explanation. I've really just spewed that out there. So all my songs, if you're watching this and you've never seen me before, which seems funny to me that you would watch my live if you've never seen me before, but I have other stuff that I do. Please check out all my music. It's on my YouTube page, and under the About tab on my YouTube channel page, I have like links to poetry that I write, and I do something else. Oh, I have a podcast, which I need to do still for this month. So, guys, it's been good. And someone says, reminds me of how mechanics works on multiple cars. Cool. I'm gonna let you guys go. This is a real quick live, and I hope you guys have a good last week of April. So, see you later.